In an odd cross-pollination of movie and video gaming news, we have the latest cancellation, Fei Long, one that I don't think anybody had on their 2022 bingo card. And have we ever decided, is it canceled with the American spelling 1L, or are we going with 2 L's for British? Into it, let's get. The Street Fighter character who first appeared in 1993's Super Street Fighter II and was once voiced by Bryan Cranston in the 1994 Street Fighter II anime movie.
Oh man, what's this?
Appears to be bidding farewell from future installments of the Street Fighter franchise. In a YouTube Q&A, Street Fighter V composer Daniel Lindholm states, "A character I know we won't see at all. There's been a lot of discussion about it. I mentioned earlier a character I would like to rewrite the music for would be Fei Long. I do have other sources, not only Capcom, but friends of mine in the US who are very close friends with the Lee family, and they have basically said that any kind of resemblance to Mr. Lee is now omitted for comedic effect, comic stuff. It needs to be honorable. That's why we won't see Fei Long again, ever." Now, the rumor is spreading that Quentin Tarantino's 2019 film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which has Bruce Lee portrayed as a pompous jerk who gets jobbed out to Brad Pitt to make Brad Pitt's character look strong, riled the feathers of the Bruce Lee estate, and I believe that their feelings are entirely justified. Now, does this mean that Bruce Lee will be yanked from EA Sports UFC franchise? I mean, that is Bruce Lee. You are playing as Bruce Lee in that game. Whereas Fei Long, one could say, is an homage to Bruce Lee, a Hong Kong kung fu film star. The character is not named Bruce Lee. I think Capcom could possibly win a court battle here, but one that they don't want to engage in. Bottom line, I think the few Fei Long mains out there need to take up arms with Quentin Tarantino, who, adhering to his strictly douche hack persona, remains entirely unapologetic. But did the Lee estate ever sign off on Bruce Lee being included as a character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? And does one need to do so for historical figures? Like, would the Robert E. Lee estate have to sign off on a portrayal in a Civil War miniseries? I mean, we hear these stories of dead stars' likeness being basically bought to be purposed in movies for the future. Does this apply to Bruce Lee? And if it applies to Bruce Lee, who does it not apply to? It's probably the case that anybody can have historical figures come by and be part in their Bill and Ted high school presentation. But if you want to license out a name, image, likeness in a game, you've got a whole new set of rules. But I want to know what you guys think. Did you ever use Fei Long? I mean, come on, the guy didn't even have a projectile. Let me know in the comments below.
Hey, it's Vaughn's mom again, so I just wanted to remind you that instead of buying Vaughn's weird pictures online in various states of undress, you can just bookmark his Amazon affiliate link, and then when you shop Throw It on Amazon, he gets a few pennies here and there.